Hello. Hi, everyone. So everyone is joining in just few minutes. We'll start in just 5 minutes.
Sure.
Miss Manaswini?
Yeah, hi. I didn't catch your name.
Yeah, just hi. Just wanted to say we have camera. Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you? What's your name? It's coming as Shubham. You're definitely not Shubham.
Yeah, hi, I'm Ananya.
Okay. Hi, Ananya.
So, how's the Sunday going?
Good. It rained in Delhi yesterday, so it's pretty chill today.
Exciting. Just few more minutes. And we'll start.
Books. Let me know when I have to share my screen so that I will share my screen whenever needed.
Definitely, definitely.
Ananya, I had one question. How will we be taking the Q&A since people are mostly joining through YouTube is what Shubham told me.
They'll be commenting on the link, the live link, and then we'll share the questions.
Sure, sure. So you will be moderating it.
Yes. Hi everyone. Good afternoon, everyone. I'd like to thank IEEN for organizing such a beautiful event for everyone. And it's on CVs. CVs are our professional identities. And I'm really thankful for IEEN for organizing such an amazing event and for such beautiful speakers here. Can't wait for all the insights. Uh, and without further ado, I would like to call the founder of IEEN, Mr. Shubham Chauhan. Thank you for creating such beautiful community for all the young entrepreneurs out there. He was the ambassador for the Smart City Indore and for Swachh Bharat as well. So without further ado, let's call Mr. Shubham Chauhan.
Hi, this is Shubham. There were few technical errors, but yeah, we have sorted out और हम लोगों ने प्लान किया है. सभी लोगों को हमने YouTube लाइव के थ्रू सभी लोगों को हमने ज्वाइन किया है. सो अगेन थोड़ा सा लेट हुआ हमको स्टार्ट करने में, बट इट्स कम्प्लीटली फाइन. So I'll share about IEA. The vision behind this IEA community is we want to create India's most happening youth community. हमारे साथ आज बहुत सारे लोग YouTube लाइव के थ्रू जुड़े हैं. पहले हमने मीटिंग को किसी और मीडियम पे प्लान किया था, कुछ टेक्निकल इश्यूज के कारण उनको थोड़े से सारी सब चीजें चेंज करने के लिए, बट इट्स कम्प्लीटली फाइन. So IEN is one of the most happening youth community. The vision is कि यार we have to create leaders from our institutes, from our community. We want young students, young entrepreneurs, young freelancers, और ये सारे लोगों को हमको कहीं ना कहीं ऐसे नेशनल कॉन्टेक्स्ट में ये सारे लोगों की एनर्जी को हमको यूज करना है. सो ऐसी बहुत सारी कम्युनिटीज ऑलरेडी इंडिया में एग्जिस्ट करती है, बट यस आई वांट कि हम लोग इसको बहुत इंक्लूसिव बनाए, बहुत हैपनिंग बनाए, एक बहुत अच्छे वे में सारे यंगस्टर्स को कनेक्ट करते हुए एक कुछ बहुत बड़ा रिवोल्यूशन क्रिएट करें. So the idea behind IEN is creating the leaders, shaping their perspective, inculcating skills, and enhancing the capacity of the youngsters. एंड वी रियली वांट कि सारे यंगस्टर्स एक बहुत मीनिंगफुल लाइफ को परस्यू करें, एक बहुत अच्छे अपने एकेडमिक प्रोस्पेक्ट्स के साथ, एक बहुत अच्छी अपने अंदर वो स्किल्स को बिल्ड करें, और कहीं ना कहीं इस कम्युनिटी में वो बहुत ग्रूम हो और कहीं ना कहीं लीडरशिप स्किल्स वो अपने आप में डेवलप करें. सो आई विल बी कीपिंग the IEN's introduction and everything very short because already we are running very late for the event. So I'll straight away call Manaswini to share her valuable insights for the same. Thank you so much, Manaswini, for joining us. It's a complete honor for the IEN community that Sunday ko you spare a valuable time for us, and we all are very thankful to you.
Thank you so much, Shubham, and glad to be here. Looking forward to a good session. I will just share my screen, and I hope I'm audible. I'm audible, right, Shubham?
Yes, you are audible. Yes, go ahead.
Sure. Let's just jump into the session because what's a session without some technical glitches? So it has just made our session more wonderful. Today I will be covering about certain aspects of how to create that perfect resume, and will be also providing some tips for a successful interview and how to go ahead with framing and crafting your career. Let me just jump to the next slide. These are the various things that I will be covering today. To just begin about something about me, I am currently working in product management and media.net. So all the ads that you see out there, which are non-Google ads, belong to us. So next time you see an ad, you can remember me. I am an alum of 2023 from IIM Indore, and I have won academic gold medals and also the all-rounder medal for the overall performance for 2 years. Other than that, I have actively taken part in a lot of case competitions and won national scholarships during my MBA journey. I will be talking about this further. I was also part of a placement preparation committee, which helped around 600 IM students to craft their resumes. So I believe that I might be the perfect person here to help you in some ways to craft that perfect resume, which will give you some shortlist for your interview. I have some work experience in software development, and I'm an engineer by choice. I In my free time, I love to travel, row, and kayak. Moving ahead with what's important today, this is a small screen where I want you all to just scan this QR code and tell me what you want out of this session today. This will help me to maybe provide some more insights which I have not yet added in the presentation, but I will try to cover them during my session. You can just scan this QR code and the results would be visible to me. Just tell in, it's a basic check-in about how you want me to continue this presentation. I will wait for 2 minutes to just see some responses out there. Well, I can see some inputs where people have told me that they want to know what not to do in a resume. So I will try to cover that in my presentation today. Um, Let me just move ahead since we have already started out late. Cool. So resume preparation. A resume is very important, be it even if you are just beginning out in college or just 10 years down working in a big company. Having that perfect resume is something that you must do today in this era where competition has increased a lot. So here I've tried to cover 7 different tips that will help you craft that resume. To begin with, the first important aspect is to always quantify what is the achievement that you want to say. Let us take a very basic example where you want to say that you led the XYZ vertical of a media fest. It is the annual technical festival of your college. Now, as a recruiter, I might not know about the impact that you have generated through this specific line. What I would not know is what kind of technical fest that is. Maybe people do not know about I am Indore Technical Fest, for example. Um, so instead of this, if you write something which involves certain kind of numbers, which tells you the impact of the work that you have done, that will be better for the interviewer or even the shortlister to see and understand. For example, if I reframe this sentence and tell you that I have led 10 students as part of the media vertical head of XYZ festival, which has an annual footfall of 20,000 people. This shows that how you have managed 20,000, a festival involving 20,000 footfall, and how you have successfully led a team of 10. These are the small things that you must take care. Even if you have some work experience or internship experience, or say projects which would be there for people who are pursuing or who have pursued engineering, what is important is that you have to quantify. As an interviewer, I might not know about what is generative AI, but if I tell the business impact of what work I have done, that will help me understand and make sense of what is written in your resume. This is the number one tip for any resume, because many a time people miss out on these quantification, which is very important. It could be cost optimization, revenue increase, etc. The next point that I would like to tell about resume making is that you have to decide what sections are relevant for you. Many a times people go on Google and they just search for resumes which have certain pre-made sections, but those might not be relevant for you. For example, if you are an engineering student, you might have multiple projects and internships which will help you craft that perfect resume with an impact. But if you are an MBA student and have taken part in case competitions instead of, say, having a very good engineering project curriculum, that might be a relevant section for you. So, what is important in a resume is that you always personalize those sections. Another important thing here is that many a times people apply for certain specific domains. For example, if I am from finance, I would want to tell about my academic achievements. If I want to pursue a career in marketing, I might want to tell how I have been able to manage some campaigns, manage some events. So different kind of domains require different sections, and this is where you can make your resume different compared to other people who have a set template used across. The next important point, and a point which many people miss, is that how when you make the resume, you have to have multiple iterations. You have to get it reviewed by different kinds of people. It is not necessary that I will be the perfect reviewer. It could be somebody, for example, say your elder brother, who might find out some unique thing in your resume while reviewing, and then you are the person who has to update it time and again. So what many people do, and one mistake that I myself might have done, is that I create that one resume and I let it go. But what is important is that you update the resume every year. How to do it successfully and how I do it nowadays is I have a running document where I just list down things that I've done throughout the year, and then I choose amongst those things which are important to put in my resume, so that I have a very big exhaustive list of things that I have done and what I want to portray to the world. Having said that, you can have multiple versions. For example, I work in product management as of now, and I have this product oriented resume where I have tried to show my technical side of things. During my MBA, I also had some consulting resume version which showed how I won multiple case competitions. So you can have multiple versions of your resume that will help you get the correct shortlist for the profile. Moving ahead, you have to craft the resume as your roles. As I suggested, these are the certain hacks which can help you build your resume. Academic projects, research papers, co-curricular projects. These will help show the recruiter how it is important that you have been doing something extra compared to the normal courses that are there. Case competitions and hackathons. Any college today is eligible to just go into Unstop and find some kind of case competition or hackathon that is going on for your genre. If you take part in it and win it, then it adds a very good resume point on your CV. The next thing is that the courses that you choose, many a times there are certain electives that are provided. If you have those correct electives, it will help build the correct resume. For example, many times when people join MBA, they do not have that finance background which is required. So they take courses which belong to finance domain, and that is how they build their resume. There could be certain certifications which you can take to also add a flavor to your resume. But one caveat here is that हर certification जरूरी नहीं होता है. You have to choose what is right for you. There is no need to run behind certifications if it does not add value, because projects and what you actually do is more important in today's market. The fifth point is that there could be certain sections that you feel are missing from your resume. For example, if you have never been part of a festival, never led a team, that could be one area where maybe you can focus for the next 6 months and try to build some points around it. Also, don't just run behind resume points, it is of no use. plan what you want to do in the next 1 or 2 years of your life, and that collect resume points which would be relevant to those 2 years of your life. It could be taking live internships, because in colleges nowadays many live internship opportunities are there. It could be working on a side hustle. Whatever you want to do, it this section wise duplication is important while building your resume. One important thing that a lot of people miss out is how important choosing the correct format is. For example, many times people put in their photos in the resume. Instead of putting photos, you can maybe add some more points, add some skills that you have, which will help the recruiter understand what you actually do, because adding a photo does not make any value addition to the resume. Sometimes people also leave white spaces or blank spaces, which obviously has to be removed. Try to fill your resume. That one pager document, it has to tell everything to a recruiter about you, and has to leave a mark on the recruiter to get that shortlist call. One more important thing is that you need to choose a very clean font. I personally use Arial as a font, and I have 11 size, which I use generically. I have not added multiple color schemes because many a times people might not like it. Professionalism is important while you craft that resume, and always have your updated phone number, email ID, and LinkedIn on the resume, because that is how recruiters will actually reach out to you. Varna, what's the use of sending away a paper if they do not know how to contact you? The last point on crafting a good resume is that do not lie on a resume, because whenever the interview happens, it is based on what you have written in the resume. Even if you write something that you are currently pursuing, make sure that you read up all about it so that the interviewer knows that you are not lying in the resume. uh, what would be important, when I was in my MBA days, we had to submit proofs for each of the line or even a word that I'm writing on my resume. And that was important because many a times people just write anything, and the interviewer is knowledgeable enough to understand a lie from a truth. uh all right, this is it from my resume angle. If there are any questions, and if Ananya you would like to ask them, we can do that right now. um Ananya, are there any questions, or should I just continue?
Hi everyone. We'll be just resuming in 5 minutes. We are sharing another link to the speaker and we'll be proceeding in just 5 minutes. Please cooperate. Thank you so much.
Shubham, Ananya, are there any questions for me or should I continue?
Sunny, you can continue.
The next part of my session today, I would like to give you some tips around how to prepare for an interview, because interview is important. Even if you get that perfect resume, it would be important for you to convert that interview call that you get, because many a times you just have that one shot which you have to convert to get your dream job, and there should be no regrets in terms of how you are preparing for it. So, just five small tips for it. Firstly, prepare, tell me about yourself well. That is the first question an interviewer will ask you, and that is very important because that will set the tone of how the interview will take place. For example, if you talk about some your passion, say you really love in reading books, the interviewer might just ask you what's the last book that you have read, and students, there could be a possibility that the interviewer might have read that book. Here again, the last part, as I mentioned in the resume, please do not lie, because if you talk about a book and you have not even read it, the interviewer might just have read it and they might ask what the book is about, and then the interview is gone. How to prepare for tell me about yourself? Basically, write down all the things that you want a person to know. It should be a 2 minute elevator pitch where if somebody is meeting you for the first time, they should be able to invest $1 million on you. It should be so well prepared. What I did is that I had a 3 minute version, I had a 2 minute version, and I also have a 1 minute version of how my introduction has to be. It should involve your academic achievements, it involve some co-curriculars and your passion, and maybe a small point about how you want to fit in the company which you are interviewing for. The next step is how to prepare your domain well, be it finance, consulting, engineering, product management, any domain. There has to be a certain amount of hard work that goes in. There are certain basics that everybody has to know, and then there are some additional skills that is good to know. For example, in consulting, it will certainly have case studies with which you will be asked to solve during the live interview. There will certainly be guesstimates. In product management, there could be a few technical questions or a few product design questions. Um, the next thing is that you have to practice by recording yourself. Usually nowadays many interviews are online. Even if they are not online, it would be helpful that you practice by recording yourself and just listen to yourself, and where you make mistakes. You should always have that energy and that charm which would make the interview viewer select you. इमेजिन, मतलब अगर 10 लोग हैं तुम्हारे कंपनी में, यू वुड वांट द 11th person टू बी somebody जिसके साथ यू विल बी एबल टू स्पेंड 8 to 10 hours per day, 5 days a week. That is why it is important how to portray that smile and energy whenever you are giving an interview. um Current affairs about your domains, it is important. Whatever is your domain, know what is happening on a national level as well as at an international level. This will help you talk in general, because I remember when I gave my engineering final year placement interview, they had asked me randomly about certain AI concept which was going on during that time. Thankfully, I had gone through the news about this, and I was able to have a conversation with the interviewer about it. Always remember, an interview is not a Q&A or a Viva. It is more of a conversation that you have with a potential recruiter and yourself. Um, there are always two parts of the interview. The HR part is also as important as the technical part. Always prepare for your strengths, weaknesses, always prepare for your biggest achievements, always prepare for how you showed team building, leadership, etc. Moving ahead, all right, I think I got some questions. Sure. I will take this right now. So somebody has asked that are there any online resources or templates that I recommend for resume building? So there are a lot of free AI templates nowadays, but what I would really recommend is that you take a Word document and make that template yourself. This step is important because that is how you will be able to customize it. There is this resume builder 101 templates which are available, and they are very good if you want to just use something online. There are also some HBS templates available, Harvard Business School templates available. So if you Google them, you would be able to use those templates as well. Personally, I have made my own template and I use that everywhere. Hmm. Is there any importance of free certification which will be completed from great learning platform? This depends. So I know that people, since I was in the placement preparation committee, there had been instances where people were not able to make a one pager resume with all the experience that they had. It is only then that we used to suggest to them that do some certification for the domain that you want to work in. This will help you, but doing any random certification would not be of any benefit. For example, for product management, there is a PMP certification which happens. For finance enthusiasts, there is this CFA certification that happens. For marketing enthusiasts, there are different certifications by HUL and IIM. Inside IIM, you can use that. Let me move ahead with the next part of my meeting, and then I will take up next questions. Uh, the last part of this meeting today, like my session today, is about crafting your career. So I myself have made that mistake, and I think I am at the right place to talk to you about this. Many a times, what you do is that you just listen to some people and decide that, okay, maybe this career opportunity pays a lot, maybe that career opportunity pays a lot. But I would personally suggest, do not run behind money to begin with. Find the one career domain that has interest, that has your interest, and choose that domain to go ahead. For example, I am from an engineering background and I really like marketing. I was initially behind marketing, that okay, I will do marketing, but then I realized that my forte would be in a domain which would be able to merge both of these skills, and that is how I arrived at product management for my career choice. How to do that is, firstly, start by self reflection, understand your strengths and weaknesses. Do not lie to yourself, that is of vain. Understand if you are strong at maths, understand if you are strong at designing something, understand if you are strong at, say, speaking. This could help you choose your career path. Always remember, career is a marathon. Even if you do not get your dream internship, you would be able to change your job, you would be able to find a good placement during your lateral. Just keep on building your resume, and that is how you will build your career. The next step is that be proactive. For example, somebody just now asked me about online certifications. You should be proactive enough to find that certification for yourself and do it, because that will help you in choosing your in making your career ahead. I have taken up other certifications even while I am working. This will help me build my career, because my career is not just a 1 year marathon that, or a sprint that I'm running. It's a 30-year or 20-year thing that I have to plan for. um there are a lot of resources available on internet, but do not blindly follow anybody out there. There could be people who say that they know a lot about certain domains, but make sure that you use your common sense to understand what is actually right for you and what you should be referring to. Because there is there is no dearth of any resources available nowadays. um that is it from my end. If you have any more questions, you can ask me. You can connect with me on LinkedIn and ask me questions if you want to do that. Cool. I have one more question that I can see. How can we prepare for case study round? Also, free resources if available. So, for how do you prepare for case study rounds? There are three different things that you have to do. firstly take your time out and get those frameworks in your mind. By frameworks I do not mean ऐसे बैठ के रट लेना कि supply होता है, demand होता है, and how to manage it. You have to understand the framework in terms of using it. The interviewer will get irritated अगर आप उसको घिसा पिटा framework बताओगे, because there would be 20 other people doing the same thing. You have to show them how you are able to use that framework. So that's the first thing. The other thing that you have to do is that you have to have a case study partner or a buddy with which you can practice. It is important to keep multiple friends available who are also preparing with you. Give mocks, take mocks. This will help you grow and learn from each other. There are a lot of resources on LinkedIn. If you want, I can compile a list of resources and share it on LinkedIn or with Shubham so that he can share it across. That would be helpful. In terms of case competitions, it is important to always go through the problem statement multiple times and understand what actually is being asked, because many a times what is written is not actually what they want to see in the solution. They want to see people think, have a second order of thinking, and that is where you can mark your difference. This is it from my end. Any more questions that anybody wants to ask? I'm available on LinkedIn or right now also, whatever works. Are there any
So we are receiving a lot of questions on the YouTube, but only selected questions we are posting.
that?
How should a fresher work on his or her resume? So yeah, already Manaswini shared the key insights for the same.
Reiterate, a fresher can focus on what kind of projects they did during their bachelor degree, and if they do not have a work experience they can take up some certifications, but meanwhile do some internships, because those will give you real value to your resume. For a fresher, case studies are also very important. If you have one big case study on your resume, that will really help get those converts.
So one question we are receiving from a lot of students Manaswini, is key, which are the platform and free courses the students should pursue?
Sure. So there are multiple platforms. For example, there is this Coursera which is available and Udemy which is available. But out of there are multiple courses there also. But always choose courses which belong to certain B schools of US or Europe. Those will add value to your resume. It would not be of any additional value if you are pursuing something from a local person. Always have that brand name. If you want, I can compile something, Shubham, and send it across to you so that you can maybe share it with the community.
Absolutely, Manaswini. So thank you so much for all the insights. It was a great session from your side. बहुत अच्छे insights मिले. Very happy. We are receiving a lot of questions out there. WhatsApp पे भी हमको बहुत सारे questions आ रहे हैं. And
If you want, I can send me those questions. I will answer it. And
मैं वो सारे questions भी share करता हूँ आपसे.
cool.
So thank you so much for joining with us. And Manaswini का अभी एक next session और है 2:30 से. So she will be rushing. So meanwhile आज कई सारे technical issues हुए या students और बहुत सारे लोग हमसे बहुत अच्छे वे में connect हुए बहुत सारे campuses से roughly मैं अभी टीम से बात कर रहा था. So unique participants लगभग 450 से ज़्यादा लोगों ने उसको join किया and बहुत passionately youngsters सुन रहे हैं आपके insights. So again, I did like to call Ananya for inviting our next speaker with us. She's already here with us.
Thank you, Miss Manchini. It was great having you here. And definitely, students have learned a lot of things today. We're looking forward to the resources that we'll be sharing with Mr. Shubham, and we're really excited for everything. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Ananya.
Hello, Miss Shah. Good afternoon. Hi, how are you?
Hi, am I audible?
Yes, yes, you're on.
I'm good. How are you?
Good, good. So, how's your Sunday going?
Yeah, it's just very hectic. यहाँ पर light बहुत आ रही है जा रही है and this not good because
A
it's
lot of
very hot.
Yeah. So, yeah, let's start with the event then.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, we'll be sharing the questions whenever we have questions in the chat box, or we'll directly ask you here. We'll be getting questions to the YouTube link. Okay.
Sure. Should I begin?
You're live.
Um, I hope my face is visible to everybody.
Yes.
I am Hardolani. As Shubham had put on his stories and everything on the IE story. Just I am a career and education content creator, and I have recently graduated from IIEN, just like Manaswini. And today I'm going to share about my themes. I
You're visible. The screen is also properly visible.
Yeah, it's just that the connection is very poor here and light is going again. So sorry for the disturbance that being caused.
No worries.
but I will continue. So, I'm going to tell you all about writing a standout resume and how to impress the recruiters so that you can land your dream job. Before I go ahead, I'm going to talk about myself. My name is Shahar Dolani. I'm a knowledgepreneur. I specialize in career and education content creation, and I have recently completed my MBA from IEEN in general management. And I have been helping job seekers for the past 1 year now. I even create content around internship and how it is like to land an internship in IIM. So that is what I'm here to do today, and that is what I will be doing for you all. Moving ahead, we are first going to understand the difference between a resume and a CV. So you always want to create a CV and not a resume for your recruiter. And that is because CV is more extensive and more detailed, and it will talk about everything about your academics, about work experience, about your skills and knowledge and everything. But resume is more like an overview of what qualities do you possess. But you don't just want to show the recruiters that, you want to talk about your entire journey in one piece of paper. And that's why you always want to create a CV and not a resume whenever you're looking for a job that you really want. Um, Now we'll look at the building blocks of a CV. These 6 things that I have mentioned are the building blocks of a CV. So very important thing is statement of purpose. In today's times, many people have made sure that that becomes obsolete, and it is kind of optional today, but it is very important, and it sets like a tone for you as a person, and it makes the recruiter see how you are as a person and how serious you are about the job. In statement of purpose, you write about your vision, how you want to advance in your career, what you expect out of the job or internship that you're looking for, and where you want to take the company. So it's about your vision, your personal growth, and your professional growth, and the growth of the company. That is your statement of purpose. Second, in the CV, the second block will be your education. Now, I would personally me, I like to follow a chronological order from the latest education going back to the previous. So I have done an MBA, I have done BTech, I'm an engineer. Then I have done my 12th and I have done my 10th. So ulte chronological order mein, I will write all that. When you write about your education, you mention the name of your school or college from where you have done your degree. That sets an impression on the recruiter, and your percentage. That is very important. Third is the work experience or internship. Now, this is very important for those people who have work experience. If you have work experience, you can write all about what you did in the work experience. So I have 1.5 years of work experience working with Tata Consultancy Services. But I will not just write that. In my CV, I will also write that I was an assistant systems engineer working for TCS. You will mention a little about your project, what you did in 5 to 6 lines. And then you will also mention your achievements related to your work experience. So in my work experience, I always got the A band. I was selected as the spokesperson for my project and the team. So you will write, there will be 2 sections. First will be a description of what project you worked on while in your work experience, while in your company. And second will be your achievement that you will talk about. Similarly, same goes for internships. That is how you will describe your internships. Now I have written work experience slash internships because not everybody will have work experience at all times. Some people will be freshers, and your internships are the only way to go to make your CV stand parallel to those who have work experience. And believe me, if you have done an internship from a very good company versus somebody who has work experience with a comparatively smaller company, they stand parallel. And it is also very important how you describe your internship or work experience. Say, I am a project manager or a product manager. And if I have done an internship in design thinking, I don't have work experience as a product manager, but I have an internship in which I covered all the aspects of design thinking. Now, just mentioning the word design thinking will boost up your CV, even if it is an internship. So um, that's how you cover this section, your details of your project and achievements in work. Then fourth is your projects. Now, projects can be both academic or the project that you've taken in your internships or work experience. This can also include research papers. So, for example, in my both the colleges, I did projects which were my academic projects. One I did in BTech, and I did multiple in my MBA. And if you achieved something via that project, you can mention that in your CV. That will boost up your CV and it'll make your CV stronger. Then fifth is POR. Uh, PORs are positions of responsibility. PORs are very important, especially if you are a fresher. For work experience people, I would say not so much. But if you're a fresher and if you don't have anything to show for in your CV, you can definitely write POR. If you're looking for a leadership position and if you have already taken leadership positions in your school or college, say if you were the head girl or head boy, or if you were president of some committee or club, then you can mention that. And then you can also mention what kind of work you do as a president. So like if you were a president, you recruited 30 plus people, you trained 45 plus people. So that is how your PORs are very effective if you do not have work experience or internship. Even if you have work experience or internship, writing PORs will not harm you. It will even boost your CV much more. So, but yeah, especially if you are a fresher, it will cause an impact in the minds of recruiter. So yeah, PORs are very important. And the last is your achievements. Like I said, you can mention your achievement in the work experience section, but that will be the achievement of that work experience only. If you have other achievements, like you won some case competitions or you've won some academic awards throughout your school life, throughout your college life, you've won some scholarships, you have done some additional certification, the sixth section will cover up all of that. So if you do not have work experience and you still have space left in your CV, you can fill it up with your achievements. And lastly, people don't mention it, but definitely give it out your contact information. If a recruiter likes your CV, how will they reach out to you? It is only if you give them your contact information. So these all six of these are the building blocks of a CV, and these will make your CV stronger. And definitely, including contact information, will enable the recruiter to contact. Moving ahead, um, just a minute. I think the screen is better visible, right? Okay. So, I was saying, I'm so sorry. Formatting and designing tips. It is very important to format your CV in a very professional manner. So you have to make sure that there are very less white spaces that will enable the readability and maintain professionalism. Do not design your CV in pink color or yellow color. Not at all. It only has to be black and white. The font should be, you know, as per the professional, uh, the professional standards. Like Manaswini also said, she uses Arial. Even I use Arial, and the standard size is 11. If I want to emphasize any word, like I said, I've mentioned design thinking and I'm applying for a product manager position, I will make sure that I bold that word. Apart from that, I will not use any color. If I want to emphasize that, I will use bold. I will make the format bold. Second is font selection and size spacing. Like I said, do not leave any white spaces. If you're writing a sentence in one line, it should go till the end of the line, or 80% of the line should be covered. And please try to make sure that you finish your sentences in one line. So if you want to write, uh, achieved, maybe trained, successfully trained 500 people and achieved 10% efficiency. Make sure that this entire sentence is adjusted in one line only. I mean, you can go beyond one line also, but it will make your CV look less professional. So it's better if you use everything and you finish your sentences in just one line. Use XYZ formula. I will get to that in a bit. First, I'll cover the fourth point, which is crafting compelling content. So if you have worked in design thinking domain, now there are 6 steps or 5 steps to design thinking. If you just say that I empathized with my clients, that will not cause any impact on the recruiter. But if you say I empathized with my clients and enhance the process of delivering the product by 10%. So that's okay. I mean, empathizing with the client is not that big a deal. But if it is causing an impact, and if you're telling that to the recruiter कि अच्छा मेरे ये काम करने से मेरे work experience में मेरे professional work में ये achievement मिला, so that will definitely cause an impact. तो ऐसा कंटेंट लिखिए जो आपके रिक्रूटर को समझ जाए कि अच्छा if this person is doing this, तो उनके वजह से, उनके इस इनिशिएटिव की वजह से मेरा कंपनी में this benefit is happening. So definitely craft compelling content. Third step was using XYZ formula. Now I'll tell you what is this XYZ formula. X is tell what initiative you have taken. Y is tell how you have achieved it. And Z is what you have achieved. So if you say that I trained 100 people, Y is how you train. I trained them via using Tableau or some other tool, and achieved. And Z is how you achieve. I achieved 10% efficiency via that. So always use XYZ formula. आपने क्या किया, कैसे किया, उसका क्या impact हुआ. Because in one sentence you will be telling everything to the recruiter जो वो सुनना चाहता है कि आप क्या कर रहे हो, कैसे कर रहे हो और क्या achieve हो रहा है. And that is what the recruiter wants to see. Nobody wants to see कि अच्छा I did this work. My hobby is content creation. That's it. That's talking very unprofessional. That's like telling the recruiter कि अच्छा मेरी hobby है content creation. But if I want to tell the recruiter about my hobby also, and I want to make it sound very professional, I will say I am very fascinated by content creation, and I regularly do content creation on YouTube and Instagram. And I generated a revenue of say 500 rupees in 1 month. I have 500 plus subscribers on YouTube. You also have to tell the metric via which you assess your success. मतलब it is not very important कि आप अपनी hobbies को भी किसी metric में judge करें, but it will definitely create an impact on the recruiter अगर आप उनको ये बताओ कि आप सारा काम कर रहे हो और you're doing it at home भी अपनी किसी metric की तरह. Uh, um, then ultimate slide is the key insights. Like I said, finish your sentences in one line. Make sure that you're not leaving any white spaces. Always use the XYZ formula. और हमेशा हमेशा अपने सीवी को जितना भी प्रोफेशनल बनाने का कोशिश करो. You can definitely do that. That's it. These are the key insights. I think I'll be joining another link right now because this meeting will end. And I will take up.
Hi everyone. We'll be taking up questions. Please post your questions on the live chat and we'll help you with the answers. And we'll be back in just 5 minutes. Please cooperate. Thank you so much. Mr. Art will be just joining us in 2 minutes. We'll be taking up questions. Please send your questions in the live chat so that we can help you with the answers. So Ms. Shad is here with us. We'll start with the questions.
Yeah, sure.
So the first question is, what are some key elements that we can incorporate in our resume to ensure it portrays a flawless image during the upcoming campus recruitment drive for new graduates?
Okay, like I said, there are 6 building blocks that you have to include in your resume. I will share my screen again. to show you guys. If you guys did not see that again, you can take a screenshot for sure. Yes. These are the 6 building blocks that you definitely should include in your resume. Like, even if you miss the statement of purpose, that's okay. But go in this order, particularly education, work experience, positions of responsibility, project achievements. And I think I can help you good.
Thank you. So another question we have is, if I'm exploring and doing internships in HR and as well as marketing, so I can mention them in my resume.
Uh, you want to mention that you are exploring internships in both the domain.
Yes.
I don't think you need to mention what your interests are. You can just craft the CV as per your interests. So if you're doing an internship in marketing, make sure that you mention the projects that you have done in your marketing role, or you have taken some positions of responsibility in the marketing domain, like you did some digital marketing for an event happening in your. But if you want to do an internship in HR, then in your position of responsibility, you can say that I was the I was responsible for the recruitment uh, of the volunteers for XYZ drive. Okay. Or in your work experience and internship, if you have done something in those domains, then make sure that you only mention that. So if you're doing an applying for an HR internship, please talk about your HR work experience. And if you're doing something about going along the lines of marketing, mention the work that you have done in the marketing domain only. Craft your CV as per your requirements. You do not have to talk to the recruiter, or you do not have to specifically mention that I am looking for that. No, let your CV do the talk.
Another question that we have is, kindly provide insights on formulating a career objective as a fresher and suggest an appropriate length for it.
Okay. Usually, your statement of purpose or your career objective has to be a one-pager, not more than that. In that, like I said, you can mention three things. First will be your vision. Second will be how you will be growing professionally and personally. Third, how you will make sure that the company also grows with you. So these 3 things are very important when you're mentioning your statement of purpose. It has not. It has got to be just a one pager and not more than that.
All right. Thank you. Another question that we have is, as a fresher, as an MBA fresher, do we need our resumes to be ATS friendly?
Definitely, definitely. That's why I told you about this 6 building blocks. So you always have to use those power words. I have a list of those power words. I will share them with Shubham, and then you guys can reach out to him and take those words. You have to make sure that your resume uses those power words. See, nowadays, the resumes are not manually assessed. The first step is they go through this ATS system, and a robot or a machine assesses your CVs, and after that you go to the recruiter. So your first focus should be that your CV makes it through the ATS system, and then you can think about what you have to say to the recruiter. And for that, you have to include some power words that are there. I'm going to share that with you now. And you have to make sure that your sentences are only one-liners. You do not have to leave any white spaces. All that you have to take care of. Only then will your CV make it through the.
Thank you. Another question that we have is, can you please tell us some certificates which will help us in marketing, like the courses?
Uh, there are, like Manaswini also said, it's okay if you take certifications from Coursera, but I don't think that adds a lot of impact to your CV. You can do certification from Google. Not just the basic ones. I mean, you can go to the higher levels. Google ka, there is this digital marketing ka course. Then there is um, Google offers a lot of courses. I'm forgetting the name of this Google ka course that there is. I mean, there's like a huge directory of courses that Google offers to you. वहाँ का कर सकते हो. Then apart from that, if you want to go for some paid courses, you can definitely go for marketing courses that IIMs offer. IIMs भी जितने भी बड़े management institutes हैं country में, they are offering some paid courses जो short duration के होते हैं, but they give you some certificate that makes a lot of impact to your CV. तो आप वो कर सकते हो. Then there are international colleges or Ivy League schools that will offer you good certifications. But वो certifications करो जो आपकी CV को stand out करे. Don't do all those certifications like Coursera सब कर रहे हैं. So don't do that. But yeah.
Thank you so much, Ahad. It was great having you. Let me just call Mr. Shubham Chauhan, founder of IEN. Thank you so much.
Hi, Shahad. Good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon.
How are you? So, like, completely fine. It's completely fine. Even it was happening from our end as well. So there were a lot of technical issues, but fortunately we could be able to solve everything out there. So thank you so much everyone for joining us. ये जो workshop का main motive था, just give you a broader perspective for building your resumes, for identifying the opportunities, which and how you should pursue, and the important thing you need to take care of while planning your complete course, while planning your complete graduation and post graduation out there. So CV play a very vital role, and you cannot make it on the last day of your graduation while just facing the companies, while just facing the campus placements. So आपको उसके लिए 2 साल बहुत मेहनत करनी होती है, and you have to just figure out the right opportunities, right medium, right courses, and everything out there very perfectly. Down the line, 5 years, I was just reading one case study. So almost 44% of the jobs or the skills, so that will be disrupted in the next 5 years. So things are very alarming for us. We are the youngsters of the next generation of Bharat, and we just have to figure out कि हमको खुद का potential, खुद की capacity किस level पे enhance करनी है. हम globally अगर compete करना है, countries like Israel, China, so we have to be well informed, we have to be well disciplined. हमको बहुत मेहनत से खुद को प्रिपेयर करना पड़ेगा, खुद की कैपेसिटीज को एनहांस करना पड़ेगा. एंड व्हाट वी जस्ट हैव टू बी श्योर फॉर दिस थिंग कि we just have to reskill, upskill, and constantly improve our skills. Just I wanted to say that down the line 5 years, there'll be few important things, few mandatory important things that will be foremost important for any person. So that will be you have to be digitally literate. So digital literacy will be the most important thing out there. Data literacy also, like the second thing which you have to be very much precise for. Third thing is कि you should really work on your critical decision making or critical thinking skills. So that will be very much important. The fourth thing is कि emotional intelligence should be very much apt with the situations, with the working environment. And lastly, the creativity, the value you add to the company. So that will be foremost important thing. So I just want to congratulate you all for attending such a fantastic workshop. I just would like to thank Chahat and Manaswini for giving valuable insights to our community members. So I am very much thankful to both of you. Next time हम लोग जरूर किसी बहुत अच्छे एक सेशन में we'll definitely invite you. And thank you for answering so well सारे questions को you have addressed it. So thank you so much, Chahat.
All the best to everybody who has joined. I hope you guys get amazing jobs. And आपका CV बहुत अच्छा हो. All the best.
Thank you so very much for joining, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you.